Good morning, everyone. Welcome, Cougar Nation, to Central Virginia Community College's fourth annual Health Sciences Information Fair. We are ecstatic you have chosen to join us today to learn about a wide range of educational and career healthcare opportunities. I am your moderator, Mark Zicola. With us are my CVCC colleagues, Counselor Ashley Pearson, Career Services Advisor Sarah Jarrett, and via PowerPoint, Transfer Counselor Emily Muniz. We are fortunate to have with us today representatives from a number of institutions across the Commonwealth. You will meet them shortly. A little bit about our fair process. Each representative will share their opportunities with you. We want your questions answered today. So we've got the chat down below, and this is a little ironic. I am the technological dinosaur here at the college, so to be explaining how to work Zoom features is a little mind-boggling for me, but I'll chalk it up as a new experience. But down below at the bottom of your Zoom table is the little chat icon that you'll click, and you're able to ask questions that way. If a question pops into your head, go ahead and put it in the chat. If it is for the current presenter that is speaking, we will save those questions for till the end of her or his presentation, and then address those. And we've also got a Q&A segment at the end of the entire show. Colleagues, is there anything else I've not told our student guests?
No, I think we're good. I think we're ready to get started.
Okay, well, without further ado then, let's kick this show off with CVCC Workforce's Francie Dye. Francie?
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you, and I'm always excited to learn about other programs, meet our students, and certainly share information about the workforce programs. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to hope that everyone will be able to see it and it will advance accordingly. But if there are any issues, just give me a heads up and let me know. So to start off with, I'm Francie Dye. I'm the Workforce Training Coordinator, and I have my colleague with me this morning, Twyla DeMasters, and she and I will certainly work to answer any questions that you guys have. We also have a brand new team member, Joe Hengeli, and he is our new Healthcare Pathway Project Coordinator. The college, CVCC, is putting a lot of emphasis on healthcare programs and pathways. So I think you're going to see growing opportunity here in the coming year and beyond. So all of our workforce programs are based on demand, community demand. We certainly work with area businesses, employers. We look at labor market information, and we partner with a lot of community representatives, employers, and other entities in workforce and economic development to make sure that the programs that we offer are going to lead individuals to a wonderful career opportunity. So here's just a few of our current partnerships with area businesses, but we actually could probably fill up the entire PowerPoint because, again, all of our programs are driven by our businesses. So here's just a few of our healthcare programs. I've got those highlighted in yellow. You'll see a lot of the programs that we offer in pretty much everything, which would include business and manufacturing and the trade industry. But you can see that healthcare pathways and workforce at CVCC is really a prominent area and a growing field for us, which is very exciting. So in order to be qualified as a fast forward program, it has to lead to a nationally recognized credential. It is community driven, and we mean by that is that it's driven by employers who say that there's a need in that field. It's intensive, it's short term, and it leads to an opportunity to either enter or advance in a career that we consider that are like high demand occupations in our region. So these programs are vetted not only at the community college, but also vetted with the area workforce board. And then it goes on to the state to vet our programs to make sure that our curriculum, the assessments and the exams and everything that we put into the program is absolutely competitive with any program in Virginia as well as across the US. You will notice if you're out at any kind of restaurant or grocery store right now, we actually have, we're promoting one of our pathways, which is the EMT, advanced EMT to paramedic pathway. And those opportunities right now are actually provided not only in opportunities, but also credit academic opportunities. So there's lots of options for folks. So definitely check out your local Lynchburg Living publication to see that. We're very proud of our student there, as well as the program. So the program, the brand new program that we're offering is that I mentioned, the EMT program that pretty much starts off at an entry level. We also move on to advanced EMT, which is relatively new, and only a few folks across Virginia have this program. And then regardless of whether you take a credit course or the non-credit course, you're actually going to be able to move right into moving towards an associate's degree in our very popular paramedic program. The wonderful thing about this new career pathway is that we have lots and lots of resources. We have folks who are looking at our curriculum design. We're incorporating new technologies. We actually have a new department head that has experience all over the world in paramedic and EMS, and he's bringing all of his talents and abilities into our program. So there's multiple credentials in this program, lots of engagement, and it's just really an awesome opportunity. So I will tell you just very briefly some of the other programs that were listed on the previous slide. So I've mentioned advanced EMT and EMT and paramedic. We also have a medical scribe program. One of the leading partners with that has been Ortho Virginia, and that's kicking off here in the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be a wonderful opportunity. We also have our medical assistant program, which leads to the CCMA, and that actually is in partnership with Centra and Johnson Health Center. Every student is guaranteed an interview at the end. We actually have interviews going on this week. So we imagine there's going to be lots of job offers. We do have phlebotomy technician. We partner with Central with that program. And again, you know, it's lots of our students not only are able to find suitable employment, rewarding employment, but many of our students want to continue on with their education, and this is just one step among many. We are hoping to bring pharmacy tech in the fall. So I would like to just say one thing quickly before I move on, and I'll be brief in the next few slides, but our customers include students who are looking at entry-level opportunities and they want to just get in, they want to get out, they want to earn their credential, they want to start employment in their chosen career path. So that's wonderful. We have students who want to advance in a career that they're already in and they just need more credentials. So we have those opportunities. We have career switchers. We have employers that want to fill the gaps that they have in filling positions. And we actually work with educational providers. More and more, I'll just tell you, I am working with students who are going to Liberty, going to University of Lynchburg, going to the Centra nursing, through the Centra nursing program, because what I'm hearing from them, the students, I'm hearing from their parents is that, hey, they need more clinical hours. they need maybe some credentials to be more competitive, or maybe they need a quick credential so that they can work in their field of choice while they're going through a program that you guys have an offer that's a little bit longer. So keep that in mind. I think any way that I can partner with the educational providers as well, I would absolutely welcome that opportunity. So this summer, for anyone who's interested in a fast forward program, maybe in the fall or in the spring of 22, then we're offering a free opportunity to get started, get used to our technology, and earn some credentials. And you can do that through the Skills USA Career Essentials program that we have in partnership with Adult Ed. So if you're interested in that, that's a great way to start your relationship with CVCC. In addition to that, I'm offering a free medical terminology boot camp. And this is a wonderful opportunity for those individuals that know for sure that they want to go into a healthcare program and they just want to get ahead of the game. So this is something that will be just an easy virtual opportunity that folks can take advantage of at no cost. So funding, real quick, we have unbelievable funding right now, and I'd like to send you this PowerPoint information if you would like to have learn more. I won't go into the real into the bushes here, but you'll see that it's easy to access funding right now in workforce. Any program that leads to nationally recognized credentials that has been vetted through a very rigorous process, you have access to funding just by being a Virginia resident. We actually can get your cost down to 1/3 of the total cost. Most of our programs bundle your tuition, your books, your supplies, your exam fees, and so it's all bundled. And then just by being a resident and meeting a little bit of criteria as far as how long you've been here and so forth, you could get down to 1/3 of the cost. If you are in a low income program right now or household, you may qualify to 100% funding, which means that you have zero expenses out of pocket. If you live in a tobacco dependent locality, we can get you down to 1/6 of the cost of our program. So there's no better time. Now, in addition to that, you will see here, because of COVID and all of the impact of COVID, that we've got folks who are either losing their positions, their jobs, they've got reduced hours, they've got a lot of, unfortunately, negative hardships. We've got programs to support those individuals. And again, some of those opportunities will pay up to 100%. And not only that, one of these programs, if you go through, you earn your credential, they will automatically send you a $1,000 check just as a reward for getting that credential. Again, another opportunity with REB, and that is addressing those folks who have been impacted by COVID. We do have an emergency fund, and we do have special, unique scholarships for certain programs. We are all about trying to get folks into the pipeline and assisting them in every way. We do have resources with Fulmika Reed and others, assisting individuals with barriers. We have our distance learning opportunities, and we have individuals that will help folks if they've never ever had access, or maybe they don't have access to technology. You'll see there that we have lots of Wi-Fi offerings, we have hotspots, we have laptops. We can get you connected so that you do not have a barrier. You've already met Ms. Sarah Jarrett here this morning, but when you're looking at career planning and job assistance, she is our resident expert to get you right into where you need to be. And then we do have some leadership series. We all need leadership. We all need to work on that, regardless of what occupation. So every couple of months, I offer a free webinar series. It's sessions with our experts in just a wide variety of topics and subjects under the leadership heading. You'll see this next one, you're all invited to participate. We'll send you a link if you'll just let us know you're interested. So at this point, please, contact us. You can start off with me. I'll get you to the right individual and get you the information that you need. We're here to support you and just wish you the best of luck in your educational endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Francie. Just a reminder, presenters, if you would please, a lot of great information coming out, and I'm sure our students are going to want to, or they'll be curious about how to contact you individually after each of your presentations. If you would please put in your contact information, email address and whatnot within the chat so students can contact you directly. Thank you. Our next presenter is Lauren Campbell with Centra College. Lauren.
Awesome, thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Lauren Campbell. I am currently the coordinator of admissions for Centra's College. Right now, we actually are offering nursing programs. We have several nursing programs, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about those programs, the different options that we have, and how you could get started. The very first program I'm going to talk about is our practical nursing program. Our practical nursing program is a one-year program. People begin that program in the fall and in the spring. That program requires no prerequisites up front, but you would want to register with CVCC, make sure that you have a student ID with them, and it does have a Kaplan pre-nursing entrance requirement. Now, a practical nurse, we would talk more in depth about what a practical nurse does versus an RN, but a practical nurse, basically that's a great option. Like Francie was saying, if you want to get in there, you want to get that nursing degree in a year and you want to get out there and start working and build up some skills, that's a great opportunity to do so. And that's our LPN program. Another program that we have is going to be our associate degree of nursing program. That's a registered nursing program. So upon completion of that program, you're prepared to take the NCLEX state boards to be a registered nurse in the state of Virginia. That comes with lots of opportunity to work. As you know, right now we're facing a severe nursing shortage, and there are a tremendous amount of opportunities. We need nurses today like we've never needed them before. If you really want to get in there and get started in the associate degree of nursing program, the first step would be to register for prerequisite classes at CVCC. I'll actually attach some curriculum plans for you to view as well, but those classes are going to look like human anatomy and physiology, medical terminology, nutrition, developmental psychology, and college success skills, all of which you will start taking at CVCC. Once you complete those courses, you would actually apply to the nursing program. You would also complete that Kaplan pre-entrance exam as well as part of the application process, and then you would move forward to begin with us either in the fall or the spring. Centra offers actually an RN to BSN program as well if you're interested in getting your BSN. That's a post-licensure program, so that would be for someone who has already completed their RN degree. Perhaps you completed the ADN degree, or perhaps you already received your RN through another nursing school and you're looking to advance it to a BSN. That would be a wonderful option. That program is online, and that program does have some prerequisites with it as well, but that's a great one-year program, fast track to get that BSN, unlock some more opportunities as far as your nursing career goes. The other program that we have that I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about is going to be a CNA program. A CNA is a wonderful opportunity, one, to gain wonderful nursing skills, but it's also another opportunity to get in, get a job and work, like Francie was saying, as you're going to school. A number of our students actually get their CNA. They're wonderful skills to have, but they get their CNA and they work as a CNA maybe part-time or what we consider a limbo status while they're in school to get either their LPN or that ADN, that RN degree. So that's a wonderful opportunity as well. You wouldn't have to take any prerequisites or any classes for that. It's just an application process, but it's a terrific opportunity. And there's a number of scholarships available for that program as well. I'm going to attach my contact information, and I'm also going to attach some different curriculum plans and links to our website for more detailed information. And again, my name is Lauren Campbell. I'd love to talk to you all if you have more questions about our nursing programs at Centra. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Lauren. Next up is Kate McDaniel with James Madison University.
Hi, everybody. I'm really happy to be here. I have a PowerPoint to share with you. All right. My name is Kate McDaniel. I am a transfer advising coordinator at JMU. Basically, I work with all future transfer students, anybody who's interested in transferring to JMU. I have a colleague who I'll share her information with at the end as well. We work with potential transfer students. So these are our undergraduate health professions programs. And the asterisk after those particular programs indicates that we have graduate programs as well in these different programs. So I'll just go briefly over the different options. We do offer a bachelor's degree as well as graduate programs for communication sciences and disorders. Basically, this degree leads to graduate work in speech language pathology and audiology. If anybody is interested in those programs, JMU's program is really nationally renowned as a very excellent graduate programs in these fields. And there is a critical shortage of these fields. So that's something you might be interested in. We have one of the dietetics programs in the state. And this is a pretty popular program at JMU. It is several of our programs that I'm going to talk about have admission standards, and dietetics is one of the most extensive in terms of prerequisites. It is a rather heavily science program. So you're going to be taking general chemistry, organic chemistry, biochemistry. A couple of years ago, the College of Health and Behavioral Sciences got a brand new building, and the dietetics kitchens are incredible. We did a tour shortly after they opened, and it's an amazing program, and they have some fantastic resources for that program. We have a health sciences major and a health services administration major. So the health sciences major is a really good option for students who are interested in continuing in a pre-professional health program, medical school, dental school, vet school. Health sciences allows students to build in some of those prerequisites based on their pre-professional health program. So as part of the major. The health services administration major is the business side of healthcare. These students are planning for administrative roles in hospitals and other healthcare facilities. Students, as part of this major, also earn a general business minor. The kinesiology major is pretty popular. Kinesiology is the science of movement, and there are two concentrations: exercise science, which is very popular with our pre-physical therapy and pre-athletic training minor students, and the physical and health education teacher education program, which we refer to as FEAT, is a 5-year Master of Arts in Teaching plan. So you would get a Bachelor of Science degree in kinesiology and then continue with a 1-year master's degree where you do your student teaching, and that leads to licensure as a PE teacher. And nursing, which is very popular. We have the traditional BSN program. This does require that you be at JMU for a minimum of 3 years because you can't transfer directly into a nursing program. You must establish a JMU GPA of at least a 3.0 and have specifically 4 of the prerequisites by the end of that first semester. And it's a points-based system. So as you can imagine, nursing is extremely competitive, as it is at all schools. But we also have the RN to BSN. So we are an option for that as well. That is also an online program. It does require 1 year work experience. So if you're a brand new nurse, you could choose to complete the program part-time while working. That work experience, this program is through our adult degree program, and that work experience actually counts as credit for the BSN degree. There is not a waiting process to transfer to the RN to BSN. So you can, once you're accepted, you can go ahead and start. Both of these programs start in the fall or the spring. And I should mention that we do have a tuition differential for the BSN program. those students pay an additional $90 per credit for each nursing course. This is not applicable to the RN to BSN. There is no tuition differential for RN to BSN. And then we have our pre-professional health minors. Again, with the asterisk, that is indicating that we have graduate programs. So we have graduate degrees in athletic training, occupational therapy, and physician assistant. But we have advising for all of these pre-professional programs. I've put the link, and I can put this in the chat as well, to our pre-professional health advising office. They are dedicated advisors who help our students with the application process, the testing, the prerequisites. So you would have a major advisor, depending on what you choose as a major, but you would also have somebody in pre-professional health working with you on the process for applying to medical schools or PT schools. And my colleague, Jennifer Jackson, and I are both, as I said, we're transfer advisors. We are happy to help you. I can put this information in the chat as well. Just briefly, I want to show you our transfer advising website that has a lot of great information, a lot of it specific for students coming from the VCCS. That includes major guides, so you can look and see what CVCC courses you could take at the community college that would transfer for health sciences, for example. But we have major guides for all of our majors. And right over here is a link to make an appointment with either Jennifer or me if you have questions. And thank you for your attention, and I hope you come to talk to us at JMU.
Thank you, Kate. Next up is Ashley Pearson, and she's going to discuss CVCC's radiology program.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. And I am here giving some information about our radiology program. CVCC's program is a 2-year selective admission program. We admit students every fall semester. There are certain prerequisites that students need to have before they can apply to the program. There are certain high school prerequisites. And you also need to place into college English and college math. And then there is a GPA requirement as well. And the deadline to apply the program is March 1st. The program accepts between 12 and 15 students each year, so it is competitive. The admissions committee is looking for applicants with a strong academic record, particularly in the science subjects. They also want students that are motivated and committed to the field of radiography. Students need to have good communication and critical thinking skills. They need to be able to work independently, but then also as part of a team, because you're going to be working with a team of people with your patient. Once in the program, students can expect to dedicate about 40 hours a week for 6 semesters. It is a 6-semester program. You'll have summer session with the fall and spring. The commitment involves both classroom time and then clinical time as well. The clinical sites for the program include Centra here in Lynchburg, and then also in Bedford and Farmville as well. You can expect to have daytime hours as well as evening and weekend rotations. At the end of the program, you'll be ready to sit for your national registry exam administered by the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. And once you've completed the program, students, then go on to specialize in CT or MRI. So the options and opportunities once you're done the program, there are many of them. And we also have students that go on to complete their bachelor's degree and then even on to get their master's degree. So if you're interested in applying to the program, please reach out to me or any of my colleagues in the counseling department, and we can talk to you about the referral and application process. And then you can also contact the program director, Susan Fitzsimmons. She's happy to talk to students as well. And then if you haven't had a chance, I'm going to share my screen. The radiology webpage is really, really good. And there is, let's see here. Actually, I'm having trouble doing that, so I'm not going to share my screen. But the radiology webpage is really good, and I'll put that in the chat so you can check it out later. And if anybody has any questions, please post them in the chat. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Ashley. Next up, we have Liberty University and Lauren Souther.
Hi, thank you so much for having us. It's really great to be here. I'll be honest, this is my first actual virtual event. So this is neat to see this format and actually be able to talk with people all over. So we realize as a whole that COVID has kind of put a damper on things more so than not. And we realize that a lot of people are looking to go back to school, maybe not necessarily on a physical campus, looking more towards the online side, but we have the option of both. So we want things to be flexible and easy for our students to be able to access. Our website is a great place for information, but we're going to offer a lot of different degrees in the health sciences side of things, both online and residentially. So if you are looking towards nursing programs, we have the RN to BSN that's going to be available online. Of course, when it comes to online programs, that is a requirement to go ahead and have your RN license, just because we can't provide that on an online format. We're also going to have our nursing program available on our campus. So now that is a competitive program. So there are some stipulations towards getting into that degree. And I do have a coworker who would handle a little bit more on the admission side, what's required within that program. We're also going to have applied sciences type degree. So you're going to have your exercise science. We'll have athletic training, things along those lines where you're a little bit more on the hands-on, not necessarily medical field per se, but you're going to be looking towards maybe athletics, things along those lines. We do also have more on the biology side. So if you're looking for a chemistry degree, or if you're looking towards zoology, wanting to become a veterinarian, we have that pre-vet degree to be able to push you that direction. We have biomedical sciences as well as forensic science. We do have things similar. That would be the online format, but that's going to be a little bit different in what it can lead you up to, because a lot of times that's going to require the hands-on labs in classes. We do have a lot of students who will take those prerequisites on a community college campus and then decide to transfer in and finish everything else online to continue and get their bachelor's. And then if you're looking towards master's degrees, we have avenues to roll into that as well. Along that line, on the graduate side, we do have an online program that's an RN to BSN to MSN program. So you're able to roll right along and without really having to do any breaks. And then you get both degrees at the same time once you've completed the program. Now, with residential tuition, that is going to differ dependent on if you are local and not living on campus versus if you're living on campus. If you're looking towards the online side of things, that the cost per credit hour is going to be $330 per credit hour. That is complete through our RN to BSN and as you go into the MSN as well. So we want to keep that cost effective and friendly for our students. We also are military friendly. So that's for both servicemen as well as any spouses. So we want to be able to offer that as any help. We do accept scholarships for our residential side. We do have a lot of scholarships available. On the online side, we do not. So we just go ahead and tell prospective students, go ahead and start applying for scholarships on the outside realm. The more you apply, the more likely you are to receive a scholarship. So we always recommend looking into those sooner rather than later, dependent on when you're looking to get started. Now with CVCC specifically, we are transfer friendly. So we do have on our website as well a list that you can look at to see what courses will transfer automatically, what type of credit you'll get, and how it will move into your program to help you complete it in the quickest amount of time. So it does differ a little bit, again, whether you're going to be going on the residential side versus the online side. We have a lot to offer online as well as residential. Online, we're going to have a little bit more just because it's an easier format per se for us to roll out versus residential. But I will definitely put in my information as well as my colleagues' information for the residential side. That way, if you do have questions specific for the residential, she can answer those for you. Or if you have more questions on the online side, I can answer that as well. So I'll drop those in. I hope that was quick enough, but enough information that you're all kind of able to understand that. Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Next up, we have Victoria Herrick and Company with Old Dominion University.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, I am Victoria Herrick. I appreciate you guys being here and learning a little bit more about ODU. I'm going to share my screen. And so I am the transfer admissions counselor at Old Dominion University, so I can assist with all admissions needs and giving you general information about your program. And I'm going to let my colleagues introduce themselves real quickly.
Good morning. My name is Todd Marville. I'm an enrollment coordinator for our online programs, ODU Online. Basically, I do pre-advising for our online programs, and we help students make sure they get the requirements in order to apply to ODU.
And my name is Kimberly Williams. I am the Community Engagement Assistant for ODU Online at CVCC.
All right, thank you guys. So here's a list of all the programs that we offer in our health sciences field. We have the on-campus listed on one side. So as you can see on campus, we have a lot of different options ranging from nursing, dental hygiene, environmental health. And at the top there in the right, we also have our online programs, which Todd is going to talk a little bit more about the online programs and how those work and focus on 3 of the programs that can be done completely online.
All right. The first program I'm going to talk about and is the health sciences program. And basically we do guaranteed admission with associate's degrees. So if you get an associate of arts and sciences at CVCC, that is guaranteed admission to ODU. So Victoria can look at that and myself can look at that as well if you have any questions about that. Specifically for our health sciences programs, we have the Healthcare Administration or Health Sciences Administration program. It is a fully online program, so students can start as a freshman and do this program completely online, or what we call degree completion. That's basically having prior college credits at CVCC or wherever else the student may have attended. We do have articulation agreements with CVCC with the applied science programs that they offer for EMS, radiological technology, and respiratory therapy. And basically what those agreements means is you'll satisfy the requirements at CVCC for the respective programs, and you also will satisfy the general education requirements that ODU requires. So myself and my colleague Mark Pryor, we can look at your transcripts just to make sure you have those requirements for the articulation agreements. So everything is fully online for this program. So your general education courses can be done and your major courses will be completely online with ODU. So you can go at your own pace, however you want to. All right. We also offer public health online. This is a degree completion program. So we highly recommend that you have prior college credits, or you could start at CVCC to start taking some college credits to complete this program online. I highly recommend if you do the Associate Arts and Sciences in Science, that would satisfy the prerequisites needed for our public health program. All your major courses will be fully online, so all your tests and assignments will be done online if you're not looking to leave the Lynchburg area, so you won't have to worry about driving to Norfolk. All right. And finally, we have the Medical Laboratory Science program. This is a degree completion program. So any students who are doing the associate's degree in medical lab technology at CVCC could apply for this program. I would say, reach out to myself or my colleague Mark as far as satisfying any prerequisites that you may need for our BS degree online. But you must have your certification as an MLT in order to do this program online. And after you complete the bachelor's degree with us, you'll be eligible to take the ASCP exam to be certified as an MLS technician. This is our current tuition rates for online and for on campus. So if you decide to go to on campus or do our programs online, it is $360 for in-state tuition. Any students who live outside of Virginia and wants to do our online program, their tuition is $407. And anybody who is in Virginia but not established as a Virginia resident, that's the tuition for $1,032. So if they want to go to campus, that's the amount they'll pay.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the admissions process for anyone who's interested. We do have the application online where you can apply with the ODU app or the Common App, and there will be a $50 application fee with either application. For transfer students, we require that you submit official college transcripts from any school you've attended. And if you have at least 24 credit hours, that's the only items we'll need to make a decision. If you have less than 24 credit hours, we're also going to need an official high school transcript. And you can see here, there's some optional items that you can submit, such as a resume, personal essay, or you can request recommendation letters to be submitted on your behalf. But those are all optional, not required. We do have rolling admissions, which essentially means that we admit on a rolling basis. So there's not a hard application deadline. However, we do have suggested deadlines put into place to make you most successful. So our suggested deadline for fall is going to be March 15th. And then our suggested deadline for spring admission is going to be October 1st. And those deadlines put you in the best position to be admitted before registration opens. That way you can start connecting with your advisor and register for classes as soon as registration opens. As Todd mentioned, we do have a lot of articulation agreements and transfer pathways specifically for CVCC students, since you're coming from a Virginia Community College. And I will drop in the chat our curriculum sheets so that you guys can see how all of these programs transfer over. And it's guaranteed admission for anyone coming from CVCC if you have a 2.5 GPA and at least those 24 credit hours that I mentioned. We have a couple different ways here to connect with us if you're interested, hitting up the ODU online page, our transfer center page, and then we also have a virtual engagement page. And I'll put all of these links in the chat for y'all. And then we'll also put our contact information if you wanted to reach out for more information. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Old Dominion University. Radford University is next with Katie Katz.
Hi, thank you so much for having us today. This is an exciting opportunity. I'm a professor in the School of Nursing, and so I am here to speak with y'all mostly about the nursing programs, but we do have a lot of other offerings, and I will try to briefly talk about some of those as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here with you. Hope y'all can see that okay on your end. Okay, so we have two campuses. We have our main campus in Radford, Virginia, and then we also have a campus in Roanoke at the Roanoke University Carilion campus. We teach nursing on both campuses, but on the main campus, we have the traditional or pre-licensure nursing program, as well as an RN to BSN program, which is offered online. I'll talk much more about that in a minute. We have graduate programs listed as well. The traditional program is an 8-semester program. It's a separate application. It's a free application, but there's a main campus application and then an application just to the School of Nursing if you're interested in traditional or pre-licensure nursing. But most of our students coming from the community college are doing their associate degree in nursing and then coming into our RN to BSN program. And we are just rolling out a brand new curriculum and we're pretty excited about it. We've got a couple different enrollment options. So you can begin this program after you take the NCLEX and are licensed as a registered nurse, or you can do what we call concurrent enrollment, where you're taking one course per term. As long as you have 1 year of the nursing degree complete and meet the GPA requirements, then you can do it concurrently, which allows students the opportunity to say, I am graduating with my nursing degree, but I've also started my BSN, which is a pretty exciting thing to say. The program is a total of 120 credit hours. The students mostly transfer in about 64 from CVCC or any of the community colleges. But it ends up being 30 credit hours of nursing courses that students have to take, which are 10 3-credit hour courses. And we offer those in 7-week formats, which seem to work really well for people who are working and trying to juggle that life balance. We've got a few additional requirements that have to be done as well as those nursing requirements. These do not have to be done through Radford, but just need to be done prior to degree completion. Of course, the general education requirements have to be complete with a bachelor's degree. And we have a new general education program launching as well. So our general education program basically says for transfer students, if you're bringing in at least 60 transferable credit hours and you have 1 3-credit hour course that map to each of our required areas, which are scientific and quantitative reasoning, humanistic and artistic expression, and cultural and behavioral analysis, then you will fulfill the general education requirement. So for RN to BSN students, they'll be bringing in more than 60 credit hours. They will have micro and stats that fulfill what we call R, developmental psychology that fulfills A. And so students will just need to have some course that maps to the humanities or the arts. So anything in philosophy or religion or history, or there's a lot of different things that fit into that category. But we've designed this in a way that we think will be really friendly for transfer students and help people be successful in this program. In addition to the programs I've mentioned, these are the other options we have in nursing. We have an accelerated program for people with a prior bachelor's degree, as well as a couple master's programs in nursing administration and family nurse practitioner. Beyond nursing, we have a lot of different programs in health sciences. We have physical therapy, both the DPT or the Doctor of Physical Therapy and a PTA or physical therapy assistant. We have emergency services, respiratory therapy, surgical technology. We have bachelor's and master's degrees in communication sciences and disorders. We have a master's degree program for physician assistants. We have a lot of different options in the public health arena, including healthcare administration, health sciences, public health, and then all the way through the master's and doctorate level there. We have occupational therapy assistant, a master's and a doctorate in occupational therapy. And then we have bachelor and master's options for social work. And outside of that, of course, there's all the other traditional offerings on a comprehensive campus. Here's the information on how to apply to Radford. Currently, the application fee is being waived, so I would encourage you to go ahead and get your transcripts and stuff submitted over as soon as possible. And then just a little bit of information on how to connect with us. I've got my information down here in the bottom, but I'll also put it in the chat. And you are welcome to email me directly if you have questions, especially about the RN to BSN. And I think that is it. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Katie. Familiar face is coming back. She likes to talk. Ashley Pearson will discuss our medical laboratory technology program. Ash.
Thank you, Mark. I'm going to go over a little bit of information about our medical laboratory technology program. That is also a 2-year associate degree program at CVCC in collaboration with Centra. The program is selective admissions as well, and students have to have certain high school prerequisites, as well as placed into college math and English, and have a minimum GPA of 2.0 to be eligible to apply to the program. Students are admitted throughout the year, but you must complete the 34 hours of general education classes before you can begin the MedLab Tech classes. The program accepts 10 students each year, and applicants need to have strong grades in science, be organized, have good communication skills, as well as manual dexterity to be successful in the program. Once in the program, students will have 8-hour lab days on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then a classroom lecture component on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for about half the day. What's interesting about the program is that once you're done, your spring semester of your second year, there's an 11-week internship over the summer. So that's a great opportunity to get more hands-on experience in the field. And once students are done the program, they're eligible to sit for the American Society for Clinical Pathology Board of Certification Medical Laboratory Technician exam. If you're interested in the program, I am happy to meet with you to talk more about the application process. And Holly Clapper is the program director, and she is also available to talk to if you have any questions. So I will put her contact information in the chat. Again, this is similar to the radiology program. We have students that complete this program and then go on and work, but then they also go on to get their bachelor's degrees. So there are lots of opportunities in this field as well. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you again, Ashley. Susan Hogg with the University of Lynchburg presents next. Susan?
Hey, how you doing? Green, if that's okay. Right. Wait. That wasn't right. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. No. Oh, here we go. Can you guys see that?
We see a Zoom page.
Is this on?
Now it's coming
on now?
Yeah.
It's loading.
It's
Okay,
loading.
sorry about
Yeah.
that.
That's okay.
Okay, so I'm Susan Hogg. I'm from the University of Lynchburg, and I handle transfer and adult students. And I used to work at CVCC, so these guys are all my friends here. But thanks for having me. So Lynchburg, just real quick, has 2,000 undergraduate students, 1,000 graduates. We're a small, friendly campus. Our student to faculty ratio is 11:1, and our classroom sizes are small. So I'm going to just go over a few programs real quick. One of our largest programs is our exercise physiology major, and that's basically a science-based curriculum where you learn about exercise, oxidation, glycosis, stuff that is way over my head, metabolism, endurance, all activity, all that kind of stuff. So physiology, actually someone said that to me the other day. You can work in a clinical or a health facility, a fitness center. You can be a performance person, like a strength and conditioning coach, something along those lines. It's quite popular with our athletes. So as the second largest, 162 majors, I believe, we have a high percentage of student athletes. So it's all about your body and your metabolism and, how your speed and, all those chemical things that go on in your body. But, and we have a high percentage of students who, are honor students. We have 3 lab spaces, and I'm just going to show you them really quick. And this is what you would do if you came here. So the big thing to remember, if you're a CVCC student, and I imagine that most of you are, if you decide you want to major and transfer to Lynchburg, it's real important that you do anatomy and physiology 1 and 2 first. Okay, so that's key. If this is something that you think you might be interested in, make sure you get the anatomy and physiology 1 and 2 out of the way. You also can get stats out of the way. And then when you come here, you'll get right into your coursework. And if you have an associate's degree, you won't have to do any of our gen ed. So, please keep that in mind. So what's the benefits of our exercise physiology program compared to other people or other programs? So again, I said, I can't emphasize enough, that close relationship with faculty and the students. You know, it's a type of place where you're really going to get to know your instructor, and your instructor's really going to get to know you. Again, small classroom sizes, you'll get that liberal arts background. Your senior year, you'll do some really cool research. And again, we also have an articulation agreement. This is really kind of cool with our doctorate in physical therapy program. Okay, so for example, we've actually just started a direct admit pathway where you come to Lynchburg as a transfer student, you meet the prereqs for the DPT program, and you major in exercise physiology, and you can actually get accepted for the DPT program while you're just in our exercise physiology program. So you all know how hard it is to get into a physical therapy program. You have a direct admit pathway if you come to Lynchburg and are accepted into the program. Okay, so the next major is health promotion. So we train you to be ready to serve your community, state, nation through planning, implementation, and evaluation of health prevention programs. Many of our graduates continue on to obtain their Master's of Public Health degree at Lynchburg. So again, another pathway to a graduate program here at Lynchburg. We also have our agreement with our health promotion major. So if this is something you think you might want to do, you could go to CVCC for 2 years and then get you have a guaranteed admissions pathway to us. We do advise the one class while you're in that 2-year program with CVCC that you take statistics or Math 155 at CVCC. Other course recommendations, if you want to do health promotion, is Bio 141, that's Anatomy and Physiology 1, the 142. I would definitely get the nutrition and medical terminology out of the way. And we do require foreign language. So make sure you do 2 sequence courses, like 2 Spanish 101, Spanish 102. The sign language is big now. We also have that at Lynchburg, 101 and 102. And again, here is suggested sequence of what you would take. And I just want to point out, there are some courses, the bolded courses, even for your junior and senior year, you could get them out of the way, which is the health, the nutrition class, and the anatomy and physiology. Again, try to make sure you get that foreign language out of the way too. So what can you do with a health promotion major? A lot of our students get certified in health education, and you can be anything from an alcohol counselor to a faculty member to a health advocate, public health inspector, lots of different jobs. So it's something to really check out if you really want to do something in the health field, but you kind of don't want to get into the like nursing or more of the science. We do have nursing, okay? It's a little tough this year because of COVID and clinical spaces, but we are taking a limited number of nursing students. I definitely encourage you to get in touch with me and I could talk more about it. But if you are interested, get that application in today. If you're interested for the fall of 21, we do require a 3.0 or higher. You do not need to take the TEAS test anymore. We've eliminated that. But while you're at CVCC, please take statistics, chemistry, developmental psych, nutrition, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, and that'll help you. So just quickly, application deadlines for this fall is July 31st. You just need a transcript in your application. Your decision is going to be met within 2 weeks after you send in your transcripts and your application. Just some more, of course, I just talked about this a little bit. We have guaranteed admissions agreements. I can go into that more with you after. You can certainly shoot me an email or give me a call. We can get into where we are having visitors on campus. You can make an appointment with me and I can give you a tour. Here's some information on credit evaluations. One thing I want to let you know, we have done a tuition reset. So our tuition has really gone down. And if you are a Lynchburg student with an associate's degree and a 3.5 or higher, we can get your tuition down to about $8,000 a year. And again, talk to me more about that, and I'll give you the details. Make sure you apply for that FAFSA. And again, here is my information. If you need to get in touch with me, please do. I'm happy to talk to you and answer any other questions. And thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
And I'm going to stop sharing.
Next up is Jose Torres with the University of Mary Washington.
Got to remember to unmute myself. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jose Torres, as previously mentioned. I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Admissions for the University of Mary Washington. So if you ultimately decide to transfer to the university, I will be your transfer counselor. I am my own transfer team, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Everybody can see that. So we always like to start these presentations with some fast facts about the university. So University of Mary Washington is located in Fredericksburg, Virginia. We have over 4,100 undergraduate students. Students represent over 29 states and 34 foreign countries. We like to tell people that it's the ideal college town location because we are midway between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia. If you're looking to transfer to the university, there's 3 ways that you can go about doing that. Through our traditional transfer program, which is our most common way of transferring to the university. Under the traditional transfer program, you're going to be working towards a Bachelor's of Arts or a Bachelor's of Science. We also have our BLS program, which stands for Bachelor's of Liberal Studies. That's our adult degree completion program. Students can major in most of the programs that we offer at the university, but you're going to be working, again, like I said, towards a BLS or a Bachelor's of Liberal Studies degree. And there are specific requirements in order to enter that program. You need to be out of high school at least 5 years, financially self-sufficient, things of that nature. And there are also some other perks that kind of come with this program in terms of helping you complete your degree as quickly as possible. And then we have our BSN completion program. Now that's our RN to BSN program. It's created for students that have their RN degrees and are looking to complete their BSNs. The cool thing about this program is that it can be taken in person or entirely online or a hybrid of in-person and online classes. When it comes to our classroom experience, we average about 19 students per class. There are no graduate assistants at the University of Mary Washington. All classes are taught by master teachers. 90% of our full-time faculty have their terminal degrees, and we like to focus on discussion-based seminar courses. So while you'll still get your traditional lectures with your professor standing at the front of the classroom, giving you information for you to take notes, we also pride ourselves on group work and partner work and things of that nature. We feel that the material can be better retained through group work and partner work than just having the information fed to you by your professors in the front of the classroom. So this is a list of all the majors that we offer at the university. Most popular majors are education, biology, excuse me, historic preservation, nursing is very popular as well. And we also have a list of minors. And the reason I included this is because it also breaks down our pre-professional programs. Under the umbrella of health sciences, we have pre-occupational therapy, pre-physical therapy, pre-physician's assistant, pre-vet, which is listed as well, pre-optometry, things of that nature. We also have pre-dental, pre-med, and again, pre-vet. So those are a list of a lot of the health sciences programs that we offer. When it comes to the admissions process, what is it that we're looking for in future UMW Eagles? There's no rigid formula. We review each student individually and we try to consider all factors. That's why we ask you for so much information when you are applying. When you're ready to apply to the university, you can apply one of 2 ways. You can apply through the Common App or through the UMW application. Now the Common App has a $50 application fee, but if you reach out to me directly, I'll drop my email address in the chat. I can provide you with a fee waiver code, so you don't have to worry about paying the application fee when you're ready to apply. The UMW application in and of itself is free. Some important factors to consider: challenging program and strong academic performance, we are test choice. That means no standardized testing is required. The essay or personal statement is optional, but I always tell students the more information that you can provide us, the better. Same goes for a list of extracurricular activities or special talents. If you are applying to the BLS program, we do require that you submit a resume. So that would be your extracurricular activities list or special talents. And then also letters of recommendation. While not required, again, the more information you can provide us, the better. And also a demonstrated interest. If you've attended a open house, if you've reached out to me, via email, if you've come to one of my information sessions that I have most days, or signed up for open office hours with me, that shows me that you're interested in the university. We want you to want to come to Mary Washington. So those are things that we look for. In terms of application filing dates, you want to make sure you have your application submitted if you're interested in the spring term by October 15th. The summer term is March 1st. The fall term is April 1st. Now, these dates are more like guidelines. We will accept applications beyond that. We do operate under rolling admissions, but in terms of scholarship opportunities and just notifications and being able to get you admitted and open to registering for classes in a timely fashion, if you get your applications and your materials submitted prior to these dates, we can help kind of expedite that process for you. So I did mention scholarships previously. We do offer transfer merit scholarships to all our incoming students based on your GPA. Whether you're an in-state or an out-of-state resident, you can receive up to $4,000 as an in-state student or up to $8,000 as an out-of-state student. So those are things to consider as well. The cool thing about merit scholarships is there's nothing you need to do to apply for these scholarships. They're given to you automatically based on the GPA information that I see when I'm reviewing your application. So if you're looking to contact the admissions office directly, that is our direct number there. We're also on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and this is the admissions email, admit@umw.edu. Again, I'll drop my email address directly into the chat, and I look forward to answering any questions that you guys have about our nursing program or any of the pre-health sciences programs that we offer at the university.
Thank you, Jose. And next we have Kim Dieber from the University of Virginia.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me today. My name is Kim Dieber. I'm the coordinator for recruitment and community engagement with the University of Virginia School of Nursing. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as well. We currently are offering 2 transfer pathways for the School of Nursing, but we are actually about to launch a 3rd. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit today. So the 3rd one that we're launching is going to be the 2-year transfer pathway. We currently offer a traditional 3-year transfer pathway for students to get their BSN. We have the only hybrid RN to BSN program in the state of Virginia. We'll talk briefly about financial aid, and I'll make sure you guys have my contact information. So I'm really excited about our 2-year transfer pathway. This is going to be launching next May with an application deadline of October 1st. It's designed for students going into their 3rd year of college or their junior year. So if you're completing 2 years with CVCC, this is a great pathway for you. It gives you the benefits of being on campus and having that traditional college experience. So you would be doing clinicals with us. Your clinicals could be in Richmond and Stanton. We'll kind of give you about an hour's drive where those clinicals could take place. You get to work with our world-renowned faculty. And we're gonna actually have 24 seats for this program, which is really exciting. It's gonna be completely cohort-based. So you're starting with the same group of students when you start next May, and then you're graduating with them as well. It is gonna be very accelerated. It will have 2 summer semesters. And once you're with us for this program, you are only taking nursing classes. So you won't be doing any general education courses with us. It will be solely nursing courses. I love this option because we normally don't have a lot of transfer seats for our traditional program, but we'll talk about our other programs as well. So our 3-year transfer pathway is an option if you're currently a freshman and you're transferring directly into the nursing program. The difference with this is that you're still able to get some of your general education classes done at UVA. So if you wanted to take a course, like Dracula is a really popular course that we offer, or another sociology class or psychology, you'd be able to take that course with us at UVA. We also do offer one of the only study abroad programs for nursing schools. And so that's an option with this program. The downside is we only have 8 seats a year. We typically get about 200 applicants for this and very few spaces, just because we just don't have the seats available. Both of these programs are going to require, of course, anatomy, developmental psychology, chemistry, microbiology to be completed ahead of time.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, and then our RN to BSN transfer pathway is our most common of our transfer options for our students. We are looking at about 60 students a year to come into this cohort, which is wonderful. We have 3 campuses available. We of course have Charlottesville, we've just launched Richmond, and we're going to be launching Northern Virginia next fall. So this is a great option if you're completing your RN through Centra or another college. We also do a guaranteed job interview with our RN to BSN students. So if you're accepted into our program, you're also guaranteed an interview with UVA Health. So that's a great benefit. We work really closely with HR for that. Throughout that last year, I think we only had 1 student not get hired through that process. So guaranteed job interview. It is also cohort based. It is 2 classes a semester. Most of our students are working full-time throughout this program. They come to class once a month in person. Last semester, we did it remote through Zoom. This semester, we're giving students the option to Zoom in because we know a lot of students still have to worry about childcare and different things like that. Or they can come in person to our classroom space. So all are great options. I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, so the really great thing about this one, though, we also have a scholarship for $10,000, and it's our Conway Scholarship. We give this out to about half of our students. Our program total for tuition is about $15,000 for the entire program, so it goes very far. A lot of the students I work with don't pay anything out of pocket, so I'll talk about financial aid briefly. We, as a university, meet 100% of demonstrated financial need for students. So if your FAFSA number comes out to a 0 at CVCC, we're taking care of everything. So that's huge benefit. We do require the FAFSA if you're applying for financial aid, as well as a CSS profile form, which is through the College Board. So definitely something to consider if you are looking at schools. Even if you don't have need-based financial aid, we do give out quite a bit of money, and so a lot of our students really don't pay anything. We are hosting an information session on February 23rd at CVCC. So this should be on the CVCC events calendar. I've already had a couple students register, and we'll go over all the details of this when we have a little bit more time so we can talk about the exact classes you would need for each program. I'm also available to meet with students one-on-one. So if you'd like to set up a time to meet with me, we can review your transcripts and see what classes you would need. So here's my contact information. I'm also going to go ahead and add that down in the chat. And I'll go ahead and stop that.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
All right, CVCC's respiratory therapy program with none other than Ashley Pearson.
Hello again, everybody. I'm going to go over some information about our respiratory therapy program and then play a video from Emily afterwards. Our respiratory therapy program is a 2-year selective admission program as well. We admit 20 students every fall into the program, and in order to apply, you have to meet certain high school prerequisites and demonstrate college math and English readiness. Respiratory therapy is a little bit different in that they do require anatomy and physiology 1 and 2 be completed before starting the program. And they have a minimum GPA requirement of 2.5 to be eligible to apply. The deadline to apply every year is April 15th. Prospective respiratory therapy students need to have strong science grades as well as a committed and be committed and dedicated to the program and the field. The admissions committee is looking for students that are able to work as part of a team, but also independently and have a passion for respiratory sciences. Once you're in the program, the schedule will include both classroom lecture as well as clinical and lab times. And your clinical experiences are going to be local, but then also at UVA as well. So you will be doing some traveling. While in the program, you'll actually obtain 3 certifications, which are basic life support, pediatric advanced life support, and then advanced life support. So that's another great benefit with the program. At the end of the program, students will sit for their boards to become registered respiratory, to get the registered respiratory credential, and then they apply for licensure in the state that they wish to work. A lot of our students go on to get their bachelor's degrees once completed the program. And then again, they can go on to get their master's degrees. So if you're interested in the program, please reach out to me or the program director, Wendy Ayers, and I'll put her information in the chat as well.
My name is Emily Munez, and I'm the transfer counselor at CVCC. I'm the one who sends out the weekly Transfer Tuesday emails that include transfer events such as this. I'm grateful for all of my four-year school colleagues and my CVCC colleagues for joining us today, and to all of you who took the time out of your busy schedule to learn more about health science programs. If after the fair today you have transfer-related questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at 434-832-7805 or by sending me an email to munize@centralvirginia.edu. Thank you. Hi, my name is Emily Munez, and I'm the transfer.
Go figure. Now Emily doesn't want to stop talking. Presenters, terrific job.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us today.